got to talk about this Whopper. Talking about the Impossible Whopper.
Oh, boy. Well, you know what? It's a heavy burger. I don't know what I was expecting weight-wise, but the heft of it, I was kind of taken aback. Like, oh, wow, this is heavier than I had imagined it to be.
This could be good.
Yes. And so when I took mine out of the wrapper, it looked like your standard Whopper.
Yes. To be clear, this is not a healthy option.
Oh, no. No. It still has all the it's still just as bad for you. So then who does this appeal to? Because the patty is plant-based, but are they utilizing the same grills that the meat touches? I'm assuming that there's going to be some cross-contamination.
No, this is designed for your earth curious. So your person who wants to lessen their footprint by having a plant-based meal.
I would think that the environmentally friendly person would be going to the local mom and pop store.
I see.
Oh, yeah. So you were eating yours in the car, right?
Yes, because I feel like that's its natural habitat. Like that's where it is most likely to exist. So I wanted to have a pure experience.
So I'm eating mine in the dining room at the table. So I start taking it apart because my first bite, I'm like, okay, this tastes pretty good.
It looks like a Whopper. It mostly smells like a Whopper. It's gilded in mayonnaise.
So when I took my first bite, I felt there was an overabundance of toppings. And I wasn't sure if they were trying to mask something. The meat, you get the flame flavor, the flame grilled flavor, which I'm assuming they just added that flavor into it because
it's a flame product. It's got to come in like a bottle.
Yeah, right. You get the mayonnaise and a
lot of mayonnaise, very slippery.
Okay, so you had a lot of mayonnaise on yours? Mine did as well. Mine had a lot of onion, very oniony. The tomato was a thick slice.
The pickles were just like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah.
Which I expect. I expect that from a Whopper, and very excited. It looks like it. The patty has the correct coloring. You know, it's like this is going to be freaking great.
Now, how was handling that in the car while you were trying to drive?
It was par for the course. I was fully expecting a mess because every time I eat a Whopper, it's a mess. Like a big glob of mayonnaise lettuce will fall like that. You know, it's that hot lettuce. You know what I mean? It's like hot from the burger, and then the mayonnaise starts to clarify a little bit.
I'm trying not to throw up because I'm picturing that glob of mayonnaise.
Right, and I'm like, okay, this is great. Again, it's a full-on Burger King experience.
I don't know if you were. Every now and then, I kept getting this like off-note scent from the burger, and it wasn't all the time, which was kind of annoying me because I couldn't place it. I was like, is that the burger? And I took the patty off the bun, and I had it right up to my nose, trying to smell it, and I was getting the flame smoke scent, but every now and then, the only thing that came to mind was like a wet pet food smell. Like, you know, when you open a can of wet dog food or wet cat food, there's that smell that, you know, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just wet pet food.
It's like this was engineered by someone, and it's not specifically supposed to exist in nature. This is not a natural product.
Right, but it wasn't all the time. It was just occasionally. So
it was like a loamy?
Yeah,
kind of like
just
urban.
The only thing I like a wet beef dog food. Was what I was getting,
like an Alpo.
And yes. And other times, you know, it smelled like a regular Burger King patty. So it was weird because sometimes I was getting those scents, and then other times, it smelled normal. So you said yours had the correct, the patty had the correct look to it. Did it have the grill marks on both sides, or you weren't able to tell?
You know what? There was such an abundance of dressing. To give you a proper answer would be less than truthful. So I don't know.
Mine I noticed had grill marks on only one side, which I thought was I don't know, an somewhat interesting observation that if they did put it on the grill, they just threw it on there on one side for like a minute or two, and then it was ready. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think they anticipate people tearing apart the burger to look at the grill marks on the patty. Well,
okay. First bite. How'd it go?
The first bite, I liked it because again, they loaded on the toppings. So you're getting the pickles, the onions, lettuce, the mayonnaise, the tomatoes, the cheese, and the burger. Whether or not they added the flame flavor, you get that. It basically, what I kind of want to do next is I want to do a blind taste test. I want to order an Impossible Burger, and I want to order a Whopper, mix them up, and see if I can taste the difference. I haven't done that yet, and I think I need to do that next. I will say this. So the first bite I liked, and then as I kept going, I started getting those aromas every now and then where it was kind of off-putting. After I was done with the sandwich, that's where I felt like with that aftertaste, that off-putting aftertaste, that's where I felt like I was really noticing a difference, because that patty, there was just something about it afterwards that I could tell the difference between the two.
The thing is, if you're comparing, you cannot, I feel like it's unjust to compare it to Whopper. They shouldn't have called it the Whopper, because the only thing similar to the Whopper was basically the condiments, and then the day after where I could not, my intestinal system just seized up and nothing happened. Like, it's a Whopper, but there's something wrong.
But you know what? My end result, again, I'd like to try a blind taste test. I wouldn't mind trying it again to see if maybe I get that slightly nauseous feeling afterwards. And, if everything's fine, I think I would just stick with the regular Whopper. I don't need the Impossible Burger. I don't need the slightly off-putting smells that I was getting every now and then, or the overabundance of mayonnaise. I know they put quite a decent amount of mayonnaise on the regular Whopper, but I felt like the Impossible Burger had even more than usual.
I'll agree. I feel like they really had a good team behind this. Like, there's really, and it's an excellent execution from them. Like, I feel like it's really, they're going for it. You know what I mean? It's like, why not? Let's just see what happens here. If you're curious, try it. You know what I mean? But I don't think this is going to get me to commit to a meatless fast food experience. If I'll try it again, maybe if I'm like, oh, I forgot what that tastes like, but I'm going to go for the real thing.
I agree. I'm going with the regular Whopper next time. Yeah, I'm curious if there's anybody out there who says, yeah, I'm going to go get, I need an Impossible Burger.
Yeah, I think this is a social experiment or a private moment where you have some time to yourself.
Yeah, I think next time if I get it, if I'm out with friends or something and I suggest that they try it, I think I'm going to get a Whopper, a regular Whopper, to taste test it too.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
See you, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.